Hello, everybody, and welcome to Frag Live. This is our first actual live show that we're going to be bringing to pretty much kind of replacing our weekly kind of news segments that we do. So we're going to be talking about news that has to do with pretty much everything in the gaming industry to maybe news that is going viral on social media, any type of fun stuff that we can kind of come up and think about that we feel like we can probably discuss and fight about. Kind of hits home, and this is probably going to hit home for a lot of the girls that are on the team. And the reason being is because we all work from home. So after raising $50 million, Reddit forces all remote workers to relocate to San Francisco. It's your option if you're an employee and you work remotely to either move to San Francisco or we will part ways with you. If you do move, they obviously will help with, moving cost. And if you decide, hey, I don't want to move, I got kids and a family, I can't do it, then they will give them a severance package.
At least they're taking care of them. I understand they want to take it to the next step, and sometimes that means having everybody in office so you can work more closely together, because think about how many issues we have working remotely. Our schedules don't line up because we're on different time zones. Somebody loses internet and we can't communicate with them anymore. So I understand that they want to take the company to the next level, but at least they're taking the correct steps to take care of their employees.
It's expensive here. Like, I'd be like dreading it. I'd be like, no, I have to move to San Francisco and I live here. So I could see where some people would be like, okay, give me that severance. But Reddit is something that's still growing rapidly. And I mean, now Snoop Dogg owns part of the company. So I don't know if I would
Really?
Like,
Shut up. Get out of here.
I didn't know that.
really? Yeah. Snoop Dogg is a co-owner of Reddit. So now, I mean, why would you ever want to leave the company?
So this one probably doesn't really affect any of you since you don't have kids.
Oh, so you think?
That we know about.
no.
Nintendo launched a new website aimed at kids and parents. They pretty much named the website Play Nintendo. It's a hub for everything kid-friendly that Nintendo has produced. And then there's also a parent section for it, too. What do you think about a company that's solely focusing, a website just for the kids that buy their games?
It's smart.
Colors.
I know, I just went on the site.
I just feel like this is
I'll
such
pull
a
this up.
testament to the age that we live in now. At least back in my day, like, this would have, okay, I say that like I'm so old. I'm not that old. But I'm just saying, this just goes to show how much more, I guess, gaming is becoming so mainstream, I guess.
I'm on the parent site now, and it seems like it's a pretty good resource for just learning about gaming. If you're a parent and you don't know about games, you don't really understand why your kid's so into them, this has like links to good articles about gaming and how science looks at the benefits of playing games, and a crash course on street passing. What is street passing and why
Will my
are
kid
people
be
addicted to
kidnapped
it?
from street passing?
Fair questions, right? For the parents who aren't as familiar with gaming, this is kind of a nice resource.
So I'm on the site right now, and the first thing that kind of pops up, I've kind of just been clicking around, is the Facebook share and like. If it's a kid's site, why would they need that?
I feel like older kids can use too, like 13, 14, 15. 13-year-olds are still considered children, but they still have Facebook pages. So, I mean, right now I'm taking an awesome quiz about what's my Kirby copy ability. And this is totally on the kids section, and I'm like really enjoying. Personally, I wouldn't mind sharing this with my friends because I think they would like it, and I'm, a grown-ass adult.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
a
You wouldn't
scary
have the fear
place.
that they would somehow get off of the website and get on to something that's probably not appropriate.
Not if you put the correct permissions
Settings
on your
and
computer. Yeah.
I had the AOL child version or something. So,
Oh.
yeah.
I mean, I can
Back in the
remember-
days of AOL.
I mean, just AOL in general, the chat rooms that you would go into. And
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
my
yeah,
god!
I remember
pretty
being a little
toxic
kid and be
sometimes.
like, age, sex, live, and I'd be like, 12, woo.
Oh my gosh! I didn't even know what that meant. I went into my first chat room and I was so nervous. I was like, oh my god, I'm doing something kind of dangerous. And then I went in,
There's so much.
and then people are spamming ASL, and I was like, what does that mean? And they're like, age, sex, location. I'm like, I don't have sex. I don't understand. What do you mean?
I remember when I was young, like the first chat room I went to, this was when I was really into Dragon Ball Z. And they had like Dragon Ball Z RPG chats on Yahoo. And I remember just being like, I like Bulma and like I really love Vegeta and all this stuff. And now like thinking back on it, like I was like 13, 14. My parents should have stopped me.
Tetris, guys, is going to be turned into an epic sci-fi movie. I thought it was a joke at first, and I don't think it is. So we're gonna bring it up for you guys to kind of just see. I got this from Polygon, but what the hell do you guys think about this?
I love it. I love it.
Okay, who's watched the Mortal Kombat movies?
Me,
Yeah.
it's my favorite movie
it's so
ever.
good.
I watched it like 100 times. That's like one of my favorite movies ever of all times. Like I remember being like so amazed by like the special effects. I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. It's like my favorite game ever. And now I get to see them in movies. And like even now when I watch it, like I'll be flipping through the TV channels, and if I'm on TBS, like they always replay like older movies. Like I will stop what I'm doing no matter what to watch that movie. Mortal Kombat #1.
No matter what, I'm gonna watch it. Like I will see it. I don't give a crap. People say it's the worst thing that's ever come to the screen. I am going to watch it because I have to.
What the hell is it going to end up being?
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. Are the Tetris pieces gonna be like the straight one's gonna be like a good person, and then like the weird shape one is gonna be like an evil person?
I've got it. It's gonna be like the last Starfighter, right? Where this kid's gonna be really good at Tetris, and then these aliens are gonna come and take him to
Tetris
fight
World.
some. Yeah. It just something where he needs his Tetris skills to win.
Is there really a story to Tetris?
No.
Dude.
Can I just watch Hug's comment in chat real quick? He says it'll be a blockbuster for sure.
For a comment in chat, Ridley Scott adds some aliens into Tetris. I wish Ridley Scott recently said that aliens are no more, and he is not going to include aliens in Prometheus 2, and I've written off Prometheus completely. I'm sorry, I just had to put it out there.
Oh, Pokemon trading card game. So I looked it up. It's been out for a little while, but it just hit iPad this week. But this kind of just brings up the topic of, just trading cards in general. I know when we were younger, it was huge. I mean, Pokemon obviously has been around for years, but not just
It's still
Pokemon,
huge.
everything that's been out. See,
Mhm.
that's so over my head now at this point. But I bet you I could probably go find Pokemon cards from when I was like 5 to 14 that are probably worth money somewhere.
Rachel would have loved to talk about this.
Seltzer is obsessed with 1, card games, and 2, Pokemon, and she used to play Pokemon like a ton when she was a kid. I think we'll probably lose Seltzer.
And this is actually really cool because when I was a kid, I would be so freaking jealous. Do you guys remember the people that would come to school with their big ass binders full of their foils and all of their cards being awesome? And I would just sit there and look at them and be like, I don't have like an allowance to buy any of these cards, and I hate you guys.
She was the one
that was
that
actually-
stole them.
That was actually probably me and Kim. I'm assuming Kim had quite the collection.
Does esports need ESPN before the mainstream accepts it? Now, this has been a topic that has probably been beaten 1,000 times. We constantly talk about it. It's always in the news. ESPN has done some cool stuff with, Call of Duty esports and whatever. What do you guys think? Do you think that it needs ESPN before it can go mainstream, or do you think it can go mainstream on its own without ESPN?
I think at this point it's just semantics. Like esports, like is it a sport? It's like let's just not beat that horse anymore. Just let it grow as it's growing, and then at a certain point it won't even matter anymore, like whether that you want to define it as a sport or not, because it'll just be what it is. It'll be its own entity, and you can either at that point, what can you deny? At that point, the numbers will be there, the money will be there. I mean, the viewership will be there. There's just at that point, it doesn't matter, I think.
Yeah, anything that's going to grow the gaming industry is good for us, right? Like anything that grows any sort of video game through the public, through ESPN, it's just going to help people appreciate what a lot of people do, like what Sue does for work. Like that's good for Sue because if she's live hosting an event and they're streaming to ESPN, like that's another thing that she can put on her resume and be like, bam, okay, yeah, I've done streams for ESPN. Like that's like fantastic.
I'll make sure to touch my hair like that.
I gotta cut us off with that. We are going to be playing a game, so we'll either play Destiny or Town of Salem, whatever you guys prefer. What you're gonna do, if you guys want to play Town of Salem, type in a number 1. If you guys want to play Destiny, type a number 5.
What? Why 5?
I don't know, it just sounded cool. 1 or 5. Okay, you guys
5.
5.
Couple of a lot of
Oh,
ones.
that was a lot of
3.
ones.
Who threw in a 3?
Fucking Esper. Oh, that was an Esper.
Yeah. Why is it always me? Okay, can I just do a straw poll really quick?
Your straw poll is saying that Town of Salem won, so you can't
We have to wait till 12:10.
Oh my god. It won't let me vote. How do I vote?
Oh wait, they're catching up. It's catching up.
Oh,
It's catching up.
There it goes.
It's catching up.
It's
It's
amusing.
catching up.
Oh my gosh,
Oh shoot! 5
Because
votes
this is
away.
so dumb. This is so dumb.
Thank you so much, everybody. Give a big love and hug to Sue for joining us as our guest this week.
Yay.
And make sure to follow her. Sue, what's your social media sites?
It is Smixity on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch.
Hey, you guys,
There we
the
go.
vote count is even. It's 50-50.
Oh my gosh, you won't give up.
Oh
Look,
my gosh.
It's 50-50, guys. Just saying.
All right,
never
I will
knew.
turn to tides quietly when I leave this call. Bye.
Bye.
Hey gamers, welcome to Frag Friday, the show where we talk about recent news and events in gaming. Let's go! First up, Microsoft has delayed the release of the Xbox One in China. This is pretty big considering that the release was scheduled for earlier this week, and now it's been pushed back to sometime before the year ends.